Hey soldiers, looks like there are some shareholder suits in the works against Anheuser-Busch and Target. Looks like this is another vector to attack the whole ESG, DEI, ESG of course, environmental social governance, DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion crap that has been flooding into these companies, corporations over the last few years and having very deleterious effects on the price of the stocks. Okay, so we got none other than Elon Musk suggesting that, hey, Target might be seeing a shareholder suit coming up here quickly, and nothing would turn them away from this course of action quicker than to be chastised by their shareholders, right? In this way, doesn't seem like they're responding to their customers. Okay, Target is still doing things to inflame that situation. Budweiser, they just don't know what the hell to do because both the conservative community and the gay community are both, giving them hell. All right. So the shareholders are saying, look, if you just would have stayed out of this to begin with and just sold beer in the case of Bud Light or sold, whatever junk you sell over in Target, then we would be okay. All right. Shareholders would have been making money. Customers would have been being served because, like with Target, for example, I covered this in the previous video. There's no such thing as gay clothes. Okay, so Target, I think that it's a high likelihood that a gay person may be in the market for a pair of, tennis or whatever you sell over there, or sweatpants, or maybe a television set, or a shower curtain. There are no gay shower curtains. Okay, just sell your stuff. And yeah, you might have a shower curtain that's got a rainbow pattern on it, fine, okay? But look, just sell it. Don't get into the weeds of this politically. And that's what the shareholders are saying. Guys, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, enlist. Become a soldier of finance right now. We're growing, and it's all thanks to you. Let me know you subscribed. Let me know you enlisted in the comments, and I will salute you. Also, hit the thumbs up. This audience gets better and better at hitting that thumbs up, and I love it. Thank you for being, giving it a vote of confidence and letting the algorithm know that you enjoy the content and you want others to as well. Hit the join button. You got to see what we're doing over there in the Officers Club. All right, we're getting down and dirty into the weeds, helping you achieve your financial goals with all kinds of instruction. Hit that join button, learn what we do. Hopefully, I'll see you over there. All right, Elon Musk. Let's start with Target. Elon Musk predicts a class action lawsuit against Target after the company loses $15 billion. Elon Musk expects retail giant Target to be hit with class action lawsuits from investors after the value of the company sunk more than $15 billion since the chain's controversial Pride collection sparked calls for a boycott. Musk, the Tesla mogul and world's second richest person now, he goes back and forth. And, I wouldn't be too hurt if I lost that first place category and now I'm the second richest man. Right now, I believe I am there are 8 billion people on the planet, probably somewhere around 7.999 billion. I'm in there somewhere. Anyway. Musk, the Tesla mogul and world's second richest person, reacted on Twitter to a tweet by conservative commentator Charlie Kirk, who wrote, quote, breaking, JP Morgan just downgraded Target stock after its longest losing streak in 23 years, citing too many concerns rising, unquote. Now look, we talked about on a previous video the fact that, one of the things we're doing in the Officers Club is going over the anatomy of a stock. And we're going to start to take a look at, evaluating stocks fundamentally. We're looking at all the asset classes, by the way, over there in the Officers Club, not just stocks. But when you do that fundamental analysis, are we in a place now, because of this drive for ESG and DEI, are we in a place where we have to actually put that in there as a component? All right, and start to evaluate a company based on their devotion to these esoteric concepts that don't really do much for the bottom line. If you're lucky, sometimes they do what they've done in the case of Budweiser and Target and they lose share owner value. Now, it may be that a company like Nike, with typically more leftist customer base, will not, this will be right up their alley. It'll work well there. But there's no one cookie cutter solution for 500 companies, right? So why are they trying to shoehorn DEI and ESG into all of these companies? So Charlie Kirk was reacting to JP Morgan's decision to downgrade the company's stock from neutral to overweight in a Thursday note, citing the retailer's exposure to millennials. That's how it's written there. I think the New York Post might have got something backwards here. But anyway, JP Morgan downgraded the stock. The bank also cited controversies involving Target, namely the outrage sparked by the company's LGBTQ-friendly Pride collection. And we did also cover the fact that Walmart came out with better numbers than Target. So that speaks to going back a few seconds, more fundamental business issue that has been compounded with their reaction to the Pride Month thing. Won't be long before there are class action lawsuits by shareholders against the company and board of directors for destruction of shareholder value, Musk tweeted in response to Kirk. And Musk would know, okay? I believe he's faced a possibility of that. There's never been a class action, I don't think, against Tesla. I'm not a Tesla shareholder. I really don't keep up with the company, although I do admire Elon Musk. So if someone knows of a class action share owner lawsuit against Tesla, let me know. Kirk replied to Musk by encouraging legal action against the company, writing, 97% of Americans would prefer depoliticized corporations to the hyper-political ones of today. I believe that's true. I agree with that. Shareholders should organize to make this happen. And I know there's some enterprising attorneys out there that are like, yeah, that's the ticket. A new report over the weekend found that Target funded a nonprofit that calls for shutting down Mount Rushmore because the landmark is, quote, a symbol of white supremacy, unquote, even though they got a guy up there that was instrumental in freeing the slaves. But whatever, it's 2023. Doesn't have to make sense. So Rushmore is a symbol of white supremacy, demilitarizing the violent U.S. military and imposing sanctions on Israel. Okay, so the group, the nonprofit group that they're funding, that Target is funding, they want to get rid of Mount Rushmore. They want to demilitarize the violent U.S. military. All right. Whoever you are in this group, I hope you're listening. Let me give you a couple of pointers about life. Number one, a military is designed to be violent. Now, when you got barbarians at the gate, you're behind the city walls, you want this, okay? I know a lot of you millennials are not really in touch with reality, but military and violence goes hand in hand. Like somebody put together the idea of let's sell coffee and donuts, okay? That it works, okay? Trust me. And demilitarizing the military, how does that work? Wow. The cheap chic discount retailer, I guess what they call Target, cheap chic, okay? They continue to face backlash over the LGBT kid-friendly clothing. So they're just piling it on. The Minneapolis-based company stock was trading more than 2.5% lower on Monday, 2.4%. All right, so yeah, shareholder suits. I think that's definitely coming. And they're not the only ones, okay? Budweiser, a former top advisor to former President Donald Trump, is gearing up to sue Bud Light's parent company, as well as a number of other brands for allegedly tanking their shareholder value through the marketing of LGBTQ inclusive merchandise and promos amid a large-scale conservative boycott of any brands who show public support to the community. Hold on. But one expert told Newsweek why it may not work. Now, I got a big problem with the way they phrase this. Let's go over it again. This is the devilish nature of the American media in 2023, the mainstream. All right, so they're saying that the large-scale conservative boycotts of any brands who show public support to the community, to the LGBTQ inclusive community. That's not what happened here. What happened was when you had a social media influencer who is actively influencing children, and then you had a tuck-friendly swimsuit for a child. Those are the two common denominators here. Up until this point, no one's had a problem. Nobody's been boycotted for Pride Month. Everybody just rolled on with it, okay? This year was different. You had children that were involved tangentially or directly, in the case of Target, with the marketing of the swimsuit. All right, so let's just be honest. Newsweek, we're already starting off in a biased fashion with this article. So they've gone out and they've got a legal analyst who is talking about why this may not work. And it may not. I mean, it's legal action, right? So let's see. On Tuesday, America First Legal, an activist conservative law firm founded by former Trump advisor Stephen Miller, published an open call for anyone who shares in companies like Kohl's, Anheuser-Busch, Target, or any other LGBTQ-friendly company lost value to reach out to them to join a class action lawsuit they potentially hope to file against those companies. Okay. Newsweek has reached out to America First Legal as well as all three named companies via email for comment. The effort, should it come to fruition, would represent another act of lawfare against the embattled Bud Light brand, which recently fell against congressional scrutiny for allegedly violating rules regulating advertisers of alcoholic beverages after a one-off promotion it did with a transgender influencer late in March. And again, that is part and parcel of, it is no secret that the social media influencer in question has, a way of trying to market to children. And so this is like Captain Kangaroo popping open a can of a bottle of Jack Daniels and then taking some puffs out of a Newport. Okay, that's what the complaint here is. So we're going into this with the knowledge. Everybody's saying, "Hey, wait a minute. This is a kid, and this is someone who's influencing children." That is the thing that caused this whole imbroglio in both companies. You don't see any other company. There's a company that's advertising, big company, I think it's Purina. They're advertising some dog biscuits, and there's a rainbow flag on the box, and the dogs are waving rainbow flag. Nobody's talking about boycotting them, okay? Because, okay, fine, dog biscuits. My dog's not gay, but he likes the biscuits. Fine, I'll buy them, all right? We're talking about the targeting of children here. Let's be very clear about that. So, Kohl's is also coming under calls for a boycott. That one's really not catching on, though, that I'm seeing. Chick-fil-A either. Again, these don't involve, doesn't involve, Kohl's does, LGBTQ pajamas, okay? But Chick-fil-A, they just hired somebody who is supposedly going to go over and try to install some equity, diversity, and inclusion programs, which every time I've gone to any Chick-fil-A, it's been diverse. They've all been friendly. I'm like, what the hell do you guys need this for? Just sell the damn sandwich. And by the way, I got a beef with Chick-fil-A, pun intended. Listen, the milkshake, it's like a courtesy cup now. I haven't been back since you guys made that change, because there's no way in hell I'm paying $3 for a milkshake that I get 2 swallows out of. I thought I would use my platform and my growing reach to express my dissatisfaction with that. All right, so the strategy America First Legal appears to be weighing is commonly referred to in the legal community as a stock drop lawsuit. The practice, first emergent in the 1930s, came at a time the federal government began to require publicly traded companies to publicize their financial information, therefore allowing shareholders to dispute the information's accuracy or the company's aversion to sharing bad news about the company's financial future through litigation. Okay, so got to play fair, got to give up all the information you have. However, at the end of the 20th century, Congress passed legislation in an attempt to curb frivolous lawsuits against companies that perform poorly on the stock market, leaving disgruntled investors with a higher burden of proof to meet in order to successfully sue. That oftentimes is the reason why such lawsuits are rare. Okay, during the 2020s hot stock market, for example, the number of so-called stock drop cases fell from 402 in 2019 to just 210, according to a January 2022 article by law.com, my bad. All right, so we'll see what happens, but there's a lot of dissatisfaction out there among the customers, among the shareholders, okay, and I would bet among the employees as well. But it just so happens the employees of these companies, they are not in a position, I mean, it's not like they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. And even if they were, their lifestyle, knowing Americans, their lifestyle would be up there and they wouldn't want to lose that position, okay? So they got to remain a little tight-lipped if they want to stay employed by the company. But I bet you can find some issues out there among the people working for these companies because it's just a microcosm of society as a whole. So you're pissed off your customers, you're pissed off your share owners. What's next, Target? What's next, bud? Is this really working out, this whole drive toward this rabid ESG? I don't think so. Guys, look, check out this particular video we did. We just did this. It's about Bud Light, okay? Now, Bud Light is the #1 beer in America, but not for long. Look who's about to take their spot, thanks to their malfeasance and their dogged dedication toward this ideology of ESG. Guys, check that video out. I'll talk to you soon.